Which market is hurting more this year? Is it Milton or Burlington? I'm going to give you guys all the stats right now because the August stats just came out. And but first, I just wanted to kind of get your opinion on some things. Like, just wanted to kind of test your knowledge, like to see if you've been following the real estate news. What do you guys think? Since 2019, Milton has performed better than Burlington. True or false? I would love to kind of get your feedback down below if you guys want to comment down below. And second question, I want to kind of get your feedback on true or false. Burlington prices have actually dropped more than Milton's this year since the peak of the market. Comment down below because I'm going to give you guys all the numbers right now. So it'd be just kind of interesting to see if you guys are right or not. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to cover the August prices that just came out for Milton and Burlington. And we are also going to see how much they've dropped since the peak of the market. And then I'm going to compare them to the last 4 years. So we're going to go back all the way to 2019 and we're going to see how those years have compared to what's going on this year. And at the end of everything, we're going to see which market has actually performed better. So let's get started. The first stat I always like to cover is how many homes got sold this particular month. So the month we're talking about is August. And what I've done is I've taken the peak of the market, which was January, February, and March. And I'm going to compare it to the month of August. So this is just stats on the Toronto Real Estate Board only. So I always like to cover just stats on the Toronto Real Estate Board because they do a lot of good work in terms of like breaking everything down in great detail. So on the Toronto Real Estate Board, Burlington sold at the peak of the market 364 homes. And in August, that was down to 211. That is a drop of 42% in only a matter of a few months. In Milton, the peak of the market for number of sales was also in March. They sold 248 homes. And in August, that was down to 153. That is a drop of 38%. So Burlington, in terms of number of homes sold, is actually hurting just a little bit more. Now, let's get into prices because, price is king. Everybody wants to know the prices. So prices, I'm going to have to keep moving my screen over here. Okay, so at the peak of the market, which was in January for prices, in Burlington, a detached house was selling for 1.82, and that has dropped to, in August, to 1.32. That is a drop of 27%. And in Milton, the peak of the market for detached homes, the prices, was actually in March. In March, they were selling for 1.71. And now in August, they've dropped to 1.23, which is a drop of 28%, which is pretty much identical. Like they're pretty much neck and neck right now, Burlington and Milton, in terms of the price drops. Now let's look at condos average prices as well. So the prices I'm going to be covering here are average prices. Now let's look at Burlington first. The condo market in Burlington peaked in February. They sold for $822,000. That is condos. And now they're selling for $663,000 on average. That's August prices. That is a drop of 19%. And if you guys want to look at Milton, Milton peaked in February as well. That they were selling for $781,000. And now they're down to $621,000. That is for a condo. And that is drop of 20%. Keep in mind the condos means condo buildings. I'm not doing condo townhouses. These are condo buildings only. So same thing as before, same thing as detached homes. They're pretty much like they're only off by 1% right now. Now let's look at freehold townhouses because they also make up a decent amount of the market. So in January, the prices peaked for freehold townhouses and they were selling for 1.23, and now they are selling below $1 million. They're down to $968,000, which is a drop of 23%. And in Milton, Milton actually peaked in February at 1.18. That's for a freehold townhouse. They were selling for $1.18 million. And now they're selling under $900,000, which is at around $885,000 in August. That is a drop of 25%. So far, I would say they're very, very close. Let's go back and check. Detached homes, Milton is down just by 1% more. And for condos, Milton is down 1% more. And for freehold townhouses, Milton is down 1% more, 2% more as well. But keep in mind, that's just for this year. So those are the average prices for this year, what's going on. But like I said before, I'm going to be comparing it to the last 4 years just to see which way the market has gone and how much it has gone up or down by. So if we look at detached prices, these are the detached prices for Burlington. Burlington in 2019, they were selling right around the $1 million mark. They were at 1.01, and now they have, you probably remember when I showed you guys the January, February, March prices, they were a lot higher than this. But in August 2022, they are selling for 1.32. That is an increase of 23% in 4 years. Like I mentioned before, they were a lot higher at the peak of the market this year, but I'm going only by August. So by the way, these are only August prices, like August 2019, August 2020, August 2021, and August 2022. So these are only August prices. And if you look at Milton, Milton in August 2019, a detached house was selling just under $900,000 at $892, and it was actually higher last year. They were selling for 1.36, but now this year they've dropped to 1.24, and that is an increase of 28% in 4 years. So which market has performed better in the last 4 years? Keep in mind, these are detached homes only. Now I'm going to show you guys all the number crunching for the other types of homes. Yeah, which city has performed better from January 2019 to August 22? That is Burlington. Burlington has actually performed better than Milton, and I'm going to show you guys all the stats right now. So in as you guys saw before, I got to keep moving this thing around. Sorry about that. As you guys saw before, in terms of detached homes increase, Milton won, and Milton was up 28%, whereas Burlington was up 23%. But if you look at the number of homes sold, in Burlington, almost 9,800 homes sold from January 2019 to end of August this year, and 8,500 homes sold in Milton. So Burlington won that round. If you look at condo price increases, condos are up 28% in Burlington versus 21% in Milton. And freehold townhouses, they are up 32% and they are up 28% in Milton. So Burlington wins that round as well. If you look at days on market, on average, it took about 17 days for a house to sell in Burlington since the last 4 years. And in Milton, it took 13 days on average, so Milton wins that round. Now, this one's interesting. This was very, very close. Percentage drop since the peak of the market. So Burlington so far this year has dropped 25%. This is every type of house added together. This is not just detached homes. So Burlington has dropped 25% since the peak of the market this year in terms of prices. And Milton has dropped 26%. So very, very close, but Burlington wins out at the end by 1%. So overall, I would say Burlington is the winner. Burlington has performed better than Milton in the past 4 years. Now, I will be posting videos on Oakville, Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, and stuff for the month of August and see how they've compared to other cities that are in the neighborhood. And if you guys like this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe because it kind of cheers me up and does help out the channel. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. See you.